Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, so, folks, buckle up because what's being whispered in the NFL circles right now is nothing short of a blockbuster trade rumor that could shake the very foundation of the league. And more specifically, it could dramatically alter the landscape for the Green Bay Packers. The buzz is that Patrick Mahomes, yes, the reigning superstar of the Kansas City Chiefs, might be packing his bags and heading to Green Bay. I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but the sources are suggesting that this isn't just idle chatter. It might actually happen, and it could redefine the Packers' future in a way we haven't seen in years. Now, let's break down what's fueling these rumors. The Chiefs, after a disappointing 7-10 season in 2025, are reportedly looking to rebuild. Their defense struggled mightily, giving up nearly 27 points per game, and their cap situation isn't helping. Patrick Mahomes, who's making a hefty $6 million cap hit this year, might be on the trade block. The Chiefs are reportedly freeing up around $50 million to invest in younger talent, and that includes restructuring contracts and releasing veterans like Orlando Brown Jr. and others to open space for a rebuild. The idea is to acquire draft picks, specifically a first-round pick in 2026 and a second-rounder in 2027, which would give them flexibility to develop a new core for the future. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers could be the perfect landing spot for Mahomes. The Packers are in a unique position. They're contenders but have some cap space issues to address. They're looking to retool, especially after some injury setbacks and the need to optimize their roster around Jordan Love, whose performance has been a bit inconsistent, with an EPA pass of just 0.5. To make room for Mahomes, the Packers would need to make some tough decisions, including restructuring Love's contract, which could give them the financial flexibility needed to bring in a player of Mahomes' caliber. They've already made some moves, cutting vets like David Bakhtiari, saving around $12 million, and shifting their cap situation to be more manageable in 2026, with around -$7 million in cap space projected, which they plan to offset with smart moves and depth signings. Now, why would the Packers pull the trigger on such a bold move? Well, imagine the potential. Mahomes, at 30 years old, is not just a quarterback, he's a game changer. In 2025, he threw for over 285 yards, 32 touchdowns against just 10 interceptions, with a passer rating of 102.1. He also added nearly 410 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns, showcasing his dual-threat ability. His career stats are staggering: over 38.0 passing yards, 280 touchdowns, 3 MVP awards, and 3 Super Bowl rings. His advanced metrics from PFF rank him among the best: a passing grade of 92, 3 rushing grade of 88, 5 EPA per play of 0.23, and an average of 8.4 yards per attempt. Mahomes' ability to extend plays, make big-time throws, and perform under pressure is second to none. For the Packers, acquiring Mahomes would be nothing short of a game-changer. Think about it. This isn't just about acquiring another quarterback. It's about putting the team on the path to a dynasty. Mahomes' presence would exponentially boost the offense, which already saw a 28% increase in EPA per pass when he's leading the attack. His leadership would open up more opportunities for receivers like Christian Watson, who could push beyond 300 yards with Mahomes throwing him the ball, compared to just 900 yards in 2025. The offensive line, which struggled at times, would need to adapt, but Mahomes' ability to evade pressure and extend plays could mask some of those issues. His passing accuracy and playmaking ability would ensure the Packers could put up points in bunches, especially in the red zone, where their EPA could jump from 0.25 to over 0.92, creating mismatches against even the toughest defenses. Defensively, the Packers have been making strides, with a PFF defensive grade of 86. 2. They've improved their ability to force turnovers, reducing their total takeaways from 20 to just 8 in recent times. That's a key factor because with Mahomes leading the offense, Green Bay could focus more on ball security and capitalizing on turnovers to turn games in their favor. Combining Mahomes' talent with a solid defense could elevate the Packers into serious Super Bowl contenders. Their recent history shows that with the right quarterback, the team can elevate their game significantly. Just look at how they performed after trading away Aaron Rodgers. And now, with Mahomes, they could be on the cusp of something extraordinary. Now, let's talk about the postseason implications. If Mahomes joins the Packers, the odds of winning the Super Bowl would skyrocket. Rumors suggest that with this move, the Packers' odds could jump from around plus 12-0 to a much more respectable plus 2-500. That's a massive swing, and it reflects Mahomes' proven ability to elevate teams in the playoffs. His postseason stats are remarkable, over 3-0 yards in the playoffs alone, with a knack for delivering under pressure. The combination of Mahomes' experience and the Packers' talented roster could mean the team is primed for a deep playoff run, potentially even a Super Bowl appearance in 2026. The NFL betting markets are already buzzing, and if this trade happens, the landscape of the NFC North and the entire NFC could shift dramatically. But of course, it's not just about the on-field talent. It's about timing, cap management, and strategic moves. The Chiefs' front office seems to be leaning toward a rebuild, especially after a disappointing season. Their plan involves reallocating resources, developing new talent, and building around their young core, which might include a new quarterback or a different offensive scheme. The Packers, on the other hand, are hungry for a franchise quarterback who can lead them deep into the playoffs and bring back that Super Bowl glow. Bringing Mahomes into Lambeau Field would be a seismic event, reminiscent of Brett Favre's legendary run in 2008, but on an even bigger scale, considering Mahomes' current dominance. Looking at the broader picture, the NFL's offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. The possibility of Mahomes in Green Bay isn't just a rumor. It's a potential game changer that could set the stage for a new era of dominance for the Packers. It would send shockwaves through the league, an unmistakable signal that Green Bay is serious about reclaiming its spot at the top. The NFC North, long dominated by Detroit or Minnesota at times, could see the Packers emerging as the new powerhouse, especially if they add Mahomes to their roster. The rivalry with the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings could take on new intensity, with the Packers suddenly becoming the team to beat. Of course, there are skeptics. Some say Mahomes is too young to leave Kansas City, and his contract is hefty, making such a trade complicated. But in the NFL, bold moves are what define legacies. If the trade happens, it would be a masterstroke for Packers GM Brian Gutekunst, who's been known for making shrewd moves. It would also send a message across the league. Green Bay is back in the game, ready to contend for championships with a transcendent talent like Mahomes leading the charge. The fan base, already passionate, would be electrified. The historic Lambeau Field would roar with anticipation, and the NFL world would be watching every step of the way. In conclusion, folks, whether or not this trade materializes, one thing's clear. The NFL offseason is about to get a whole lot more interesting. The possibility of Patrick Mahomes donning the green and gold is enough to get every Packers fan dreaming of another Super Bowl run, rekindling the hope that Lambeau Field could once again host that grand celebration of football greatness. It's a story that has all the ingredients of a legendary saga: young superstar, franchise rebuild, and a team hungry for redemption. If this deal goes through, it would be one of the biggest moves in NFL history and could set the Packers up for a new era of dominance. So stay tuned, because the next chapter in Green Bay's story might be written sooner than we think, and it could be with Mahomes leading the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. Do you believe Mahomes will really end up in Lambeau? Are you excited about the potential Super Bowl run? Or do you think the Chiefs will hold on to their superstar? Whatever you think, share it with us. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory, and you don't want to miss any of it. Let's see how this story unfolds. For now, keep the faith, stay loud, and as always, go Pack Go.